Good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, finally got around to watching WWE AAA Worlds Collide. So I wanted to get on here right quick and review the show. Cool? Cool. Pardon me. Show took place at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California, part of Los Angeles. This past Saturday, June 7th. There were only 5 matches, but for the most part, pretty solid show. So, let's jump right on into the action with our first match. Okay, the show started off with quite a bang, as we had trios action. We had Cruz del Toro, Dragon Lee, and instead of Walking Wild, it was Lince Dorado. That was his replacement. So they teamed up to take on Mr. Iguana, Octagón Jr., and Aerostar. This was a solid opening match for the show, and I like the way they kicked things off. They did the Mexican national anthem, and they did the American national anthem. I thought that was really cool. Shout out to Lillian Garcia as well, who I met before. But action was great. Was pretty nonstop. Was really good to see all of the talent really go at it in this match. Mr. Iguana, like I said, I got a chance to see him at the Great Show when I was in Japan. And yeah, it was just really funny seeing his silly shenanigans, but also some good Lucha Libre style wrestling from him. Lots and lots of high flying. And, you know, this match really could have gone either way. It was a very solid back and forth match. But, gonna have to say that I was a little bit surprised at the outcome. I was a little bit surprised, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was still a very enjoyable match. So, Octagón Jr. ended up getting the victory for his team. Hit a moonsault slam, kind of like a moonsault fall-away slam off the top turnbuckle on Lince Dorado, and then pinned him for the 3 count. But really a great solid match to open up Worlds Collide. And I felt like the fans were definitely consistently on top of things. And yeah, it was a very solid match. The match lasted about a little over 14 minutes, but yeah, good solid opening match. All right, let's go to our next match. Here we go. All right, next match. All right, we got to see the ladies in action. Tag team here, as the team of Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer took on the team of Dalys. Yeah, I think I said that right. Dalys and Chik Tormenta. To be honest, this match was okay. I felt like it was the weaker match of the card, which was kind of a bummer because, you know, I like Lola Vice, I like Stephanie Vaquer. Never heard of the other ladies, but honestly, I felt like this was one of the weaker matches. Lasted just a little over 9.5 minutes. Really, the only big highlight for me was seeing Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer both do the Devil's Kiss on both of their opponents. That was really the big highlight of the whole match. But, yeah. Stephanie Vaquer hits Dalys with SVB and pins her for the 3 count. Lola Vice, Stephanie Vaquer, your winners. Which I guess part of me kind of understands, being that Stephanie Vaquer had the Money in the Bank match later that day. So probably didn't go super hard. But it is what it is. It is kind of understandable. All right. Let's go to our next match. Okay, this was a really good one. More trios action. This time we had Legado de Fantasma's Santos Escobar, Berto, and Angel taking on the trio of El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. This was a very enjoyable match from start to finish. Felt like the crowd was very much into this match. It was really cool seeing Psycho Clown again. Like I said, another one that I saw at the Great Show while I was in Japan. A lot of high flying, a lot of back and forth action. I have to say that was quite a spot that Pagano took, doing the high flying tope con hilo and completely missing. But then, he came back later and hit it. But very action-packed match. Although I bet against Legado del Fantasma, it was definitely a bad idea, as Santos got a big victory pinning Dr. Wagner Jr. with the Phantom Driver to give Legado del Fantasma the victory. So, pretty big seeing them stand tall in this match, because like I said, I was totally thinking the other team was going to win. But definitely it was a great match from start to finish. Really didn't have any complaints. The match was just under 15 minutes. Just barely under 15 minutes. Alrighty. Let's go to the next match, which was one of two title matches that we had on the card. Here, let's take a look. Alright, we had a fatal four-way for the NXT North American Championship. The champion, Ethan Page, defended against Javon Evans, Laredo Kid, and Rey Fenix. Overall, solid match. Definitely a good amount of high flying throughout this match, especially considering who's in it. Loved the somersault coast to coast that Javon Evans did. Of course, I gotta show love for my homie from Greensboro, North Carolina. But really enjoyed all of the talent, and I'm not really that big of an Ethan Page guy, but everybody did great in this match. Went just under 15 minutes, but it was a solid match. Ethan Page ended up retaining. He hit Laredo Kid with a twisted grin, pretty much a twist of fate. Hit the twisted grin, pin for the 1-2-3. Ethan Page still your NXT North American champion. So, great match. Javon Evans came up short and whatnot, but still, overall, great, solid match. And then the main event of WWE AAA Worlds Collide came down to this banger. This was for the AAA Mega Championship, as the champion, El Hijo del Vikingo, defended against Chad Gable. Match went all the way to 22 minutes. And it was solid. It was really solid. We got to see a table used. Saw a lot of high flying. And really, Chad Gable held his own quite well against this superior high flyer. And you know what? it was definitely worthy of the main event. And shout out to Chad Gable having this opportunity. And I'm just glad that he wrestled as Chad Gable. You know what I mean? But happy for him having this opportunity, and really he made the best of it. Action was back and forth, but the champ would not be denied. It was a close one, but the champ would not be denied. Also, that was a nice power bomb, avalanche power bomb off the top turnbuckle that Chad Gable did. That's not something you normally see. And he executed that very well. So, shout out to him on that. But Vikingo would not be denied. He was able to eventually hit the top rope senton, or 630 senton, onto Chad Gable, and then pinned him for the 3 count. Vikingo, still your AAA Mega Champion. But like I said, incredible effort from Chad Gable. He did his thing. Looked good. Came up short, though. But I have to say, even though this was only 5 matches, solid show. I felt like the crowd was into it consistently. The matches were great. Like I said, the women's match could have been better, but I don't think it killed the event. I don't think it destroyed the event. But word is, WWE's hoping to showcase more of Mr. Iguana, especially with the reception that he had. So maybe, they'll get him on NXT or the main roster, something like that. But I think it's safe to say expect more collaborations like this. I mean, after all, WWE, purchased AAA, so I think we got quite a lot to look forward to in the future with AAA wrestlers alongside the WWE superstars. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have for this video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts were. What did y'all think of Worlds Collide? Did you like it? What were your favorite matches? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream. Peace.